Hi, this is Lisa of Ellis Family Farms, and I've got a lot of work done this morning, and there's a few things going on around here as far as plants and chickens and all that other stuff. So let's see what we can check. I'm going to go on a hike. Tom did some brush hogging for me. Well, he didn't do it for me. He had to do it for several other reasons, but I'm benefiting from it. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go on a hike and check out a few things while we're going. Kinzie getting her thing ready with the sprinkler so she can jump on the trampoline. We went yesterday to out to the lake, and I didn't take the camera with me because I didn't want to mess it up. We never done kayaking before, and we went kayaking yesterday with Uncle Tony's kayaks. We had a really good time, but we got a little sunburn. But now she's gonna hook up her sprinkler and see what she can, so she can have some fun doing that. This is a chocolate rose that was given to me several years ago, and the blooms are fading on it. And but they come up with some pretty blooms occasionally. It looks like there's more buds. It's kind of blooming again, but unfortunately it's surrounded by weeds, so we don't get to enjoy them as much as we like. The blackberries are looking pretty good. This particular bush is looking really good. My shadow's in the way as usual, and it's hard to see with this camera, but it's actually very nice looking blackberries. They're red now, so it means they're going to start turning black anytime now, and that's going to be cool. This bush is looking pretty good too. And I think I've got some raspberry bushes, but they're down there and I haven't messed with them yet. But I've been doing some more pruning. As if I was just coming from doing some pruning in some of this tree here. And I think that's the last apple tree I've got to mess with. And I think that's a blackberry, but I believe that is a raspberry bush that we planted late last year. So I'm about done with the fence line finally, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah, and there's the other raspberry. So these last two are raspberries, and it doesn't look like we're going to get anything off of them this year, but that's okay. They're surviving, and we'll get something off of them eventually. And the grapes up here are looking pretty decent. But I've noticed the ones down by the fence row, or down by the gate, they're struggling with something is on them, and they're, whatever on the grapes is kind of turning them brown or something, kind of crusty. And I'm sure Tom knows what it is because he's the one that's taking the classes on it. But yeah, the grapes are getting there, and I've got so much mowing to do. Down here by the pond with these hives, and I'm not going to get too close because there's a lot of bees flying, especially on that one that's to the left, the tall one. So it looks like it's going pretty darn good. That's one we've got the pollen trap on too, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit of room and take my walk around it. It's interesting how the summer has changed everything. Not only are the trees all green and stuff, but everything is just kind of enclosed over here. And you can see where Tom bush hogged, and I'm grateful for that. But all these trees are filled out. Uh-oh. Better tell Tom. Some of the blackberries, the wild blackberries, are black. But I think I'm going to stick with my blackberries I have planted, because these are so little and there's so many thorns, and you could pick for an hour and maybe get a cup, and it's not worth it to me. But I'm sure the birds like them, and we feed a few other things with all these wild well, that's true, I forget about that. The blossoms help make some pretty darn good honey too. But I think if he wants some blackberries off the wild blackberry bushes, he's going to have to do it himself. Well, this is the real reason that Tom did the bush hogging the other night, and he bush hogged this whole section down here. And I know it was nighttime videoing, so we probably didn't get to see too much of it, but we tried. But this is what we were doing the other night, and I was trying to video from the truck because I got stung, and I'm a wuss. Well, I mean, it hurt and I was okay, but there's no point in staying out there. I didn't have my gear on, so I got in the truck. So last night, I'm going to get around these trees here. Last night Tom came down here and kind of did an inventory, and he had a few dead outs, and that's why there's a few blank spaces here on there. That means that they came back from Texas and they didn't survive. And then some of those have boxes on top of them. He put some deeps on top of them because those particular hives are doing particularly good, and they're ready to expand. He said there was some more that need some more too, but he's got to get the boxes together to get it done. But that's what he did last night, and it looks like this is a pretty really lively bee yard. There are other places he's going to take some of these, so we don't put too much pressure on this field, but we just had to have a place to put them right away, and then he'll get them moved eventually to different places in the area. But he was happy to get them home, and he was trying to do it. And now there's one we went out to where the coal pits are and several others. He's still got to do an inventory of those and see how many of those are dead out. But he said of these, I think he said 9 of them were dead out, and I forgot how many there were. I wrote it down, but I forgot. But so he still doing pretty good. He was hoping to have over 100 hives, but I think in total he's got like 86 viable hives right now. So he's still all right with that. I'm coming back up the hill over here. Looks like Kinzie's already quit, but it is getting late in the day, and that's the driveway I just came up. And it's pretty warm out here, so I don't blame her for not lasting long. I'm a little ways away. The ducklings, these little ducklings are really growing and seem to be doing well. There's going to be some changes coming up with all these ducklings and stuff pretty soon, though. My meat birds didn't get as big this year as what they have in the past, but I think they're still going to be all right. But they have an appointment Tuesday with the processor. And they're looking pretty good. They're just not going to be huge birds. And then after that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to combine the ducks. And Padre's just getting huge. Can't see him through the fencing very well, but Padre's looking pretty darn good. But and I don't know why we call him Padre. Still may be a girl for all we know. They're only a few weeks old, but we'll find out. And oh my gosh, look at all these weeds. Isn't that amazing? This is supposed to be my garden. That's nuts. But I want to show you something else I did today. And we'll do it, and then I'm getting hungry. I'm ready to go inside and have some breakfast. This is the pen. I had the electric net fencing over here. And instead of moving the mobile egg unit, I just moved the fence and gave them some new stuff. I finished mowing that this morning and giving them an edge, and I don't like having the tall grass in the middle, but I really think that the chickens like it and prefer it, because that means they can come out when it's not so hot. They're all hiding because it's hot right now, but that gives them a place kind of to be out, but not real vulnerable. But they've got new grass, well, mostly anyway. And oh, I got a post right in the middle of that. I'll have to move that. But I redid this, and what we're going to do, because we got a trip coming up here pretty soon, so I need to combine all the ducks and the chickens after the chickens go to be processed, and we're going to try and put them all together in one pen. And we've got some ideas on how we're going to try to help them. I mean, we're still going to have somebody come every day to check them and feed and water the dogs, but we got a couple ideas to try to take care of the chickens, so that they don't have to, whoever does it doesn't have to work so hard to keep them fed and watered. We'll see how it goes. It'd be kind of cool to find out if it works good, though. Hope so it does.